Do you all remember the Alabama brawl that took place in Montgomery, Alabama in August of 2023? Well, right up the street from where the brawl took place on the riverfront is the Legacy Museum. The Legacy Museum takes us through a historical lesson that describes a comprehensive history of the destructive violence that shaped our nation from the slave trade in the Middle Passage to the era of Jim Crow and racial terror lynchings to our current mass incarceration crisis. Okay, so when you first enter, you're going to feel like you're going through the Middle Passage on one of the slave boats that your ancestors were on. You witness the water and a small fraction of the terror that they likely went through. It shows you the chains and the bondage that African Americans were in. I even witnessed a small baby, probably less than 6 months old, in chains. Surely, a 6-month-old baby would not have been a threat to anyone. But chaining that baby was a way to insinuate that all African Americans are a threat, regardless of age and size. It was also a way to perpetuate a stereotype that still continues today. And it was a way to create torture and torment in the minds of African Americans, because who has the heart to see their small baby in chains? Remember him? Yeah, he's in there too. Check out my slave narrative about him. The Legacy Museum also describes the end of slavery and how laws were created to put Black people back into jail, and they were sent back to work on the plantations that they were just freed from. Again, they were working without pay. The American justice system continues to incarcerate African American men at a much higher rate than any other race. The museum lets you have assimilated phone calls in which Black inmates, both males and females, tell their stories of injustice. It takes you through the civil rights era when many disrespectful signs were posted up all over stores, especially in the South, and you get to see those signs. One sign said, "No Negroes or apes." There is also a digital billboard that honors various civil rights legends. The National Memorial for Peace and Justice is another part of the museum that a shuttle bus takes you to. These blocks that you see in the picture detail the names, states, and counties of African Americans who were lynched on record during the 1800s and early to mid 1900s. Remember, these were the ones on record. There were many more lynchings that were not recorded and were lost in history. There are small plaques that tell the story of why some Black people were lynched. One man was lynched because he tried to sue the white man who stole his cow. This is a picture of Freedom Monument Sculpture Park. There are many more pictures and accounts of Black men, women, and even children being lynched. On one particular account, there were about 12,000 white men, women, and children gathered around to watch a Black man be tortured and lynched. They would often cut the body parts off of the person who was lynched and sell their various body parts. They'd have picnics and take pictures to be sent all over the world as postcards. Here's another monument that honors victims of racial terror lynchings between 1865, when slavery ended, through 1876 during the Reconstruction era. Although the Legacy Museum is closed on Monday and Tuesday, the admission is only $5, and children 6 and younger get in free. Remember, Black folks, your history belongs to you and your ancestors. You should always try and learn about who you are, where you came from, and what your ancestors went through to get you the current freedoms that you have in your life. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content, and check out my slave narratives.